Hey y'all, welcome back to another Teen Book Babble. I'm Hayley, and today I'm going to be talking about I Feel Awful, Thanks by Lara Pickle. This is a fantasy graphic novel that focuses on mental health and self-acceptance. It was originally written and published in Spanish before the author translated it and published it in English this year. There are quite a few important characters in this book, so I'm going to name them real quick. There's the main character, Joanna, who goes by Jo, her boss, Tom, her friends, Adora, James, and Bee, her roommate, Anne, and her therapist/dragon tamer, Alex. So Jo has landed her dream job creating potions in her favorite city in the world, London, which is great, but it's also a lot of work. Jo is from Spain, so coming to London means she has no friends nearby and no place to live. So she makes a list of goals, including make a good impression at work, make new friends, and definitely find an apartment. At work, she meets her new boss, Tom. At first, he seems intense and kind of brilliant, but he's really awful. He's condescending, he shouts a lot, and doesn't value Jo's hard work. So much for making a good impression. But Jo tries to stay positive, because while it seems like work isn't going great, she ends up meeting her incredible friend group there. Adora, James, and Bee work in different departments with different types of magic, but they all find time to meet up and hang out. Now, on to apartment hunting with Jo. Everywhere she looks is either too expensive or too small, until she finds a place she loves. The person looking for a roommate seems nice too. Except Anne ends up being extremely controlling and rude. But Jo is still trying to look on the bright side through all her anxiety. She's working on a new potion for work during her free time while trying to maintain her social life. She's trying to eat healthier and exercise more. She tries to force herself to be positive, to be happy. But it's just not working. She's overwhelmed and exhausted. And one day, her emotions break free, quite literally, in the form of dragons. She finally realizes she can't do everything on her own, so she seeks out a dragon tamer, Alex. Alex helps her understand her emotions and that whatever she's feeling is okay. I loved seeing the mental health journey Jo went on. Aside from the magic and dragons, it was all very real. It takes a long time for her to learn to process her emotions and to change her perspective on what happiness really is. And seeing Jo learn to accept herself and how to actually care for herself was great. I also really appreciated that she admits she's not going to be happy all the time because life isn't perfect. And it's okay to not be okay. I Feel Awful, Thanks is available in print at Fountaindale.
Hello, I'm Freya. I'm a teen services specialist here at the Fountaindale Library, and I'm here to talk about Kindred, a classic from 1979 by the famous Octavia Butler, who basically invented her genre of Afrofuturism. So this book is full of suspense. It is about Dana, who is a black woman who gets transported randomly back to the antebellum South. And things go about as well as you would expect for a black woman who has no connections, who gets randomly transported back to the antebellum South. So this book could be hard to read at times sometimes because Dana just can't catch a break sometimes. But it is a fantastic read. I especially loved her character and the way she interacted with some of the other characters and just how intelligent she was. She would always take an action that was just so much smarter than anything I could come up with. I would not have survived if I was Dana. But I really encourage you to check this out. It is a fantastic classic. So you can get it here on, this is on Libby. You can also get the audiobook, which is how I listen to it. So you can get that on Libby or Hoopla. And then there is also a graphic novel. So that graphic novel is available on Boundless. Or if you prefer paper copies, we have a paper copy of Kindred here in the Vortex. And then there's a paper copy of the graphic novel that you can request from the Lamont Library. So I really hope you check this out. It is such a fantastic read. You won't regret it, but you will clench some teeth. So enjoy.
Hello, my name is Desmond. I am a teen specialist here at Fountaindale Public Library. The book that I read for the month of June is Flyboy by Kasey LeBlanc. It tells the story of a trans boy named Asher who, after being sent to Catholic school, dreams of a magical place called the Midnight Circus where he is seen for the boy that he truly is. However, when things start to become real from the midnight, so the things that he dreams about at the Midnight Circus, when they start to become real and the Midnight Circus starts to fade, he slowly begins to panic and tries to find a way to keep the Midnight Circus alive. However, that comes at a cost. What cost that comes to, you will have to read it here. This book does deal with some heavy things, transphobia, particularly in the form from his parents not accepting him and also being bullied at school. Along the way, there are some great friends that are made, so it is worth the read if you can get past all of these triggers. This book is actually new. It came out in May. So for now, it is in our new section. However, in a couple months, it will be back in its regular section in the Vortex. I hope you give it all a read.
Hello, The Walking Dead. I'm Alex, a Fountaindale Teen Services Specialist here at Fountaindale, here to talk about Clementine, Book 1 by Tillie Walden. This is a really cool book that I stumbled upon. It follows Clementine, our titular character, who is once again on the road in a world where the zombie apocalypse has occurred and practically all civilization has fallen apart. And she is on the road after having another encounter, another instance of a group that she got used to, a group of people that she got used to falling apart, and then her at the end of it being the only one left standing. This time she's on the road and stumbles upon an Amish community that leads her to a peculiar happenstance where she's on the road with a Amish boy on Rumspringa who's trying to follow his dreams, know what he wants to do, and see whether or not he wants to go back to the community after the first year that they allow this. And then they come upon a wild tale of someone who's willing to give you work. In exchange, they'll give you a ride on a plane, which is almost unheard of in this day and age. So I really like the book. It's much more. It's far more on the grittier side of YA books. This is completely you're probably not reading this if you're lower middle grade, and then leaning on high school kind of stuff. It's very gritty. It's very you're gonna be sad. This is complete. It's The Walking Dead. Nothing has really changed since The Walking Dead Telltale books and The Walking Dead the TV show, if you actually kept watching that. But I think if you didn't enjoy watching The Walking Dead show, you will definitely like this. And if you do like The Walking Dead, you'll also love this. This is a very cool story about a strong character who is very hard to let her walls down, doesn't want to trust anyone because why would you in this world? It's completely understandable. And then if you had watched the games, you understand why she's so hard to let people in and trust them. It's very cool. It's very tragic, as literally any story that involves a Walking Dead character is. You should read it. You should have a cry, maybe. You can find this outside the Vortex in the YA graphic novels section. Thank you.